Damn.
That was a good one.
That was solid.
He walks behind you through the night and through the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so lots of things. We've got fucking Dick Halloran. What do you think is in the glowing box?
Yeah, what's in the box? Exactly.
Maybe it is The Shining itself. Maybe his grandfather was sort of taunting him with something about using his powers, maybe something like that.
That's what my gut was telling me, is that like, is that the Shine box? Is it?
Well, the boxes do have something to do with The Shining, but here's the new theme song.
Pickle Dad's in the kitchen, humming all night. Snail eyes blinking slow in the pale fridge light. Bed mom's tucked in, whispering, kids sleep tight. Dead kids still dancing in my dreams tonight. Oh, doing it, doing it, doing it on WMFB. Doing it, doing it, doing it on WMFB. Turn it up, sing along, we're family on your TV. Doing it, doing it, doing it on WMFB.
So, welcome to Doing It on WMFB, a mini-series where we react to episodes of Welcome to Derry on HBO. That was episode 5, 29 Neibolt Street. We didn't even see the house, barely.
Yeah. Got the outside shots, and then it was all underground. I gotta listen to that. I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
Yeah, Booty.
It sounded like Josh enjoyed it very much.
You were not on the stream, but yeah, we are doing it on WMFB. It seems like my camera. Oh, did I bump him? You know what? My cat came by and thumped my camera. But anyway, yeah, boy, I feel like a lot of things happened. I feel like that was a progression-rich episode. We learned a few things about what's been going on. Man.
That episode felt really big. Yeah, it just kept going. And I was thinking the whole time, like, man, we are really getting a lot of stuff moving here.
So, we begin with Marge of the Snail Eyes. Marge, One-Eyed Margie.
Good old One-Eyed Marge.
Good old One-Eyed Marge. Do we like having her on the team?
Oh, old reliable.
Old reliable Snail Eyes. Good old Snail-Eyed Marge.
Man. Like, I mean, it was kind of an inevitability, but like, I don't know, it's I don't know, it's been nice to see that, like, you know, she like took responsibility for being kind of a shithead, and
yeah,
hopefully isn't trying to continue doing that.
Yeah, hopefully she learned her lesson. Although, I mean, it wasn't like, maybe she at least, because now she believes Lily, maybe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be unaligned with the patty cakes, but you never really know. It's not like...
I know, because again, they're kids.
Yeah, well, that, yeah, also. It's not like she's gotten the sense that she was cosmically punished because she was doing mean girl shit. I think it's more like, oh yeah, Lily, maybe you're not crazy. But maybe the two things, you know, are not unrelated. Maybe she gets a chance to reevaluate herself. So Marge is on the team. We got 6 losers now. That's, well, no, not really. You know what? That 6 was counting Maddie, not to get ahead of myself. But after visiting Marge in the hospital, one of the first things we do is go meet the Losers Club back at the standpipe, and Maddie is there. Maddie from the first episode the kid that got picked up by a strange family whose mother gave birth to a demon baby while they were doing some kind of vocabulary or spelling lesson that was getting very creepy while that was going on. Good old Matty is here, and he's alive and well. He's been hanging out in the sewers.
Wow. I now kind of feel like when I was pointing out the angles that they were, the Dutch angles that they were using to introduce him, now it makes a lot more sense.
It did. The scene and the angle and everything got weird as soon as a hint of Maddie came into the picture.
A hint of Maddie.
It was just a hint, and man, yeah, would not at that moment would not have thought that what plays out for the rest of this episode happens, but it was really eerie and weird in that moment. I was like, why are we? Something bad's about to happen, right? And there's like, oh no, it's Maddie. Maddie's back.
Oh, cool. Maddie's doing good. He was just hanging out in the sewer. Maybe there's some more kids that are down there that are alive. Maybe some more people survived other than him. We better go have a sewer rescue with old Maddie. So, I mean, maybe I should just say that this is always full spoilers. You should probably watch the show before listening to this. Everything on this podcast and everything I do, I always say this also, because I want to make sure people know that this is a full spoiler kind of thing. But I guess I just want to mention that Pennywise has done this. It does this kind of thing. We've even seen dead kids appearing before to scare the other children, but we haven't seen it do a long con. We haven't seen it have a dead kid hang out with them and lead them on a misguided plan. So that's kind of
let alone that general, like, if I'm not skipping too far ahead, but that general reveal of Pennywise was fantastic. I thought that was great.
Yo, yeah, coming out of Maddie,
that transformation, and like, I'm trying to figure a way to explain it, but it's like Maddie's head was getting enveloped by the rest of Pennywise's head, and you could still see part of his face.
Yeah,
under the transformation. Yeah, kind of still like in there
as he's spinning around and kind of doing a weird thing that slowly becomes a clown dance, which, like, yeah, all of the weird transforming and the slowly going from things either being benign or just like weirdly, almost sometimes in a cheerful way, kind of off kilter, and then suddenly becoming scary. There was a lot of the scary rushing dead body, scary wife, scary clown coming down the sewers, scary guy chasing you. Scary Uncle Sam. Someone owes me a fucking Coke.
My head is just spinning from this episode. I am just like, I don't even know what to say right now, because this one was just like, had so much, like you said, progression, and it also pulled a lot of punches in areas, and just like a lot of tension moments and stuff, like what's gonna happen to these kids now that they're taking all these drugs, and
oh my god,
there's just one thing after the next. Like it was just a hit the ground running, as soon as the episode started, I was immediately seeing Marge's eye, fucked up eye being, bandaged up, and
does look like a chisel did it. I feel like, yeah, the reality of it is that she got one eye with a She got one eye out with the chisel before Lily stepped in.
Or should I say, it started actually with Dick Halloran and Daniel, them finishing their shining moment.
Oh, that was the very first
shine off.
Yeah, it was like it really immediately was like bang, and then like then there was that, and then there's this, and it's like, and then we were, they were talking about how we see Maddie, and it's like, oh my God, everything is happening right now. We are moving at a swift pace through this episode with a lot of shit that's stacking up for. Then the raid on Neibolt, and like I really liked I really enjoyed all of the cinematography and the filmography of this episode. It it felt really well edited and really well like paced and stitched together. Not that all of them haven't been, but this one just kind of felt like really just got me my blood rushing the whole damn thing. And
It was
Yeah,
it
this
was
is
paced really well
crazy.
because there were a lot of small informative scenes that we kind of chopped right through probably in the first half. But I always, yeah, and I feel like I mean, I am generally aware of how pacing feels, but I definitely notice like the way it looks and kind of the richness of the sets and I keep mentioning the colors they use, but you're right. I mean, I do think it's more same here that like I think just like I appreciate the physical aesthetics of how it looks and how they capture all these different places and sometimes different times and really like it's presented well, which I guess I'm just agreeing with you.
In this one little town, all these little places that are existing, whether it's the woods or the sewers, and the colors, like you were saying too. Like I noticed how just the red lights that they had when they went down into the sewers it stood out. It was a very choice, color to use there.
So after they meet Maddie, we have Francis Shaw, who is Raiden without his powers.
Dexter Morgan's dad. Henry
Morgan or Harry?
Harry Morgan, yeah.
Harry Morgan, Francis Shaw. It gives we get a little bit of backstory, which we kind of had inferred about the pillars, and we had kind of figured out from the last episode, but now at least for people that like the lore right in front of them, he's explaining it to Hanlon, Leroy Hanlon, Will's father. And Leroy is upset that he was allowed to move his family right into the middle of Derry, inside of the barrier of this thing they're looking for. And so they're moving back to... They're all going to move on to the base outside of Derry.
And Shaw, we got to like really know that Shaw knows. He knew about it.
Yeah,
and, I guess we get more about that too.
We get some more flashbacks of him, and I actually just noticed for the first time, it probably was said before, and this is not even an Easter egg, very just a reference to the book, is that so that lady, the native lady that Francis is friends with, I noticed for the first time this episode that her name is Rose, and I mention that only because the shop that she owns is called Secondhand Rose, Secondhand Clothes, and it's in the book. It's owned by Stephen King, who I think is playing Pop Merrill, who is a character from other stories. I could be wrong about that detail, but anyway, it's a feature in the book and the new movies, and I guess this is Rose. So that's a neat little tidbit. But I thought we were going to see more of Francis and Rose's youthful fight with it. But we see very brief glimpses of the 1900s, probably. You think Francis is in his 60s?
It was somewhere in like the tens or something like that.
Something like that.
Maybe
teens, maybe.
Maybe we do get more of that later.
Maybe we will. I said something like fake something flashback because I thought fake Francis flashback because I thought a Francis flashback was going to occur, but just a couple tidbits of him and Rose. And they got that crystal. And I'm jumping around a little bit because obviously just what comes to mind, but I did not notice Taniel losing the crystal for Lily to find it because it ends up just in the sewers.
That was the thing.
I think he did drop it at some point when they all freaked out.
Yeah,
right?
I lost track of Taniel in this sewer raid, which is the end of the episode. But go ahead, Thrash.
Well, I was gonna say it could also be that I don't necessarily know how they buried those artifacts. So
we don't know exactly. They might just be.
So Lily might have found a second artifact.
Ooh.
That could be one of the boundary things, which is why it retracted when it saw it.
And in doing so, she may have... We haven't encountered this kind of thing before. She may have stepped like 2 feet out side of Derry entirely. Like, if those things are the boundary, those pillars are the boundary of Derry.
That's a good, yeah. I mean, it's a good guess that maybe it is that, because I wasn't sure either when she picked it up. I'm like, did Daniel drop it when everything kind of went crazy?
I kind of missed what
And I'm like,
happened
maybe?
when everyone scattered in the sewer raid. I kind of may not have been. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't-
obviously.
What,
I think
did
it
we
was
see
really
what
hard
happened
to
to
tell.
Daniel though?
Yeah, I did not. I did not specifically see what happened to Daniel when everything was happening.
They didn't show much. I feel like
it was really quick. When the sewer raid got interrupted by scariness, obviously we spent a lot of time with Paulie D, whose name is Paulie Russo. Was R.I.P. to Paulie Russo.
Holy D.
That's
Poor
it.
Paulie Russo.
Oh boy, and poor Leroy.
Yeah, what a way to
Hammond.
go.
And yeah, he jumping in front of a bullet because your friend's gonna shoot his
Shoot his
son
own kid.
because you just saw him hallucinate himself shooting his wife because you're looking for a Native American boogeyman in a sewer underneath a decaying farmhouse in Derry, Maine. What a way to fucking go.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, that was some heavy
Poor
shit.
Paulie D.
That,
Heavy shit.
Yeah.
But he did. He jumped in front of Leroy's rifle, right? That's a
Can't believe it.
man, and to his demise. That was sad. And I guess we get a little more confirmation that, you know, Leroy took a bullet or did something to save Paulie D back in Korea. So now they are even.
Yeah, he said it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some peace there, I guess, you know, or some respect.
So I guess
You know, very, very emotional. It's deep. I didn't know if what directions we were headed in, but man, there's been a lot of that.
yeah, a lot did happen in this episode. I could go it all the way back to Francis Shaw talking about the pillars, just for any listeners who for some reason are listening to this and don't know the show, or even if you do, even if you are watching the show and then listening to us, which is, you know, recommended, you maybe have not totally absorbed the lore. So just to be, so anyway, Francis is saying that, does he say 13 pillars?
13.
13 pillars
Yes.
are arranged and were placed by Native Americans centuries ago, basically around the borders of Derry, as I kind of had inferred. And that is what is holding it within Derry. And Francis doesn't exactly say that, but Hanlon knows that there is something here. And we also, through Francis talking to Rose, get confirmation that, or maybe not confirmation, or at least just that this is kind of what he's saying at this time. But it does seem like he and or the United States government would like to capture this thing to use it as a weapon, you know, to drop on some enemies and, I guess, scare them with an intergalactic cosmic demon.
End the Cold War.
Yeah, they were particularly talking about ending the Cold War, so it might be
That's-
the Russians.
That's right. We're going to end the Cold War by capturing Pennywise.
Some Resident Evil shit.
I mean, that's funny. I mean, I mean,
I can't help but laugh at that. Yeah.
part of me
It's
feels
just the
like I
thought of it is
should,
very
I,
humorous.
like, I, part of me feels like I should think it's like too silly, but I mean, like I don't know. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's like, it's a classic trope. It's like that guy in Aliens. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like Shaw.
always a corporate guy.
Yep, it's always a yes, you know, corporate man, and I have to do something about this. It's my duty.
I mean, it is.
I'm gonna.
I do feel like, you know, I mean, there are repeating patterns, and there would be a repeating pattern of someone returning to the town to want to kill it, and maybe just, yeah, maybe he does and he's not quite saying it, but maybe just for some reason with this guy, how that pattern manifests is he's like, I'm gonna capture it and be the greatest general in history by ending the Cold War with a cosmic demon bomb from fucking Derry. Fucking
Yeah,
Stephen
maybe some
King
personal
demon
motivation. A little bit of my own personal motive
He
that
says
Shaw
that
has.
he says that the government gave him some kind of drug that caused his memories of their young, youthful battle with it to return to him.
Very weird. Yeah, what good timing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about that, I guess, other than the fact that. Yeah, by the way, Hanlon is supposed to have a condition that makes him immune to fear, but I guess he's not immune to hallucinating his wife. He's
Shooting his wife, no less.
Yeah, boy, he let her have it.
Now, did he shoot? Was that it? Trying to attack him, and
Yeah,
he shot it
for
and
sure.
then,
Because
yeah.
Paulie did not see it. But yeah, I guess I'm not sure how. I guess we aren't sure how the whole, supposedly whatever happened to him in Korea caused a damage to the fear center of his brain. But he sure looked scared to me.
Yeah,
It sure hasn't caused him to be immune to any kind of effects or anything. In fact, if anything, it causes him to be allowed to see it in the way children do. But like, it seems like when they're all down in the tunnels, it can do whatever the fuck it wants to them.
anything's
It's
possible.
really,
yeah.
it seems that way.
All bets are off. Because I was wondering, was it actually it that he shot in that moment? Like, it tried to manifest itself as his, his wife,
It's always
and then
kind of soft, It's hard to kind of say exactly if that was.
Or
like,
did he just hallucinate the
it's
actual?
all kind of. Because there's a manifestation of it. Like, it has a body which is underground, but like the things that are up there. Like when it's like all the things we've seen, all Pickle Dad and all the scary things are some type
Pickle
of.
Dad.
And we saw more Pickle Dad too.
Whoa!
I liked the return of Pickle
Didn't
Dad.
expect that. That was a really good little
That
curveball
was a
thrown
good
in
little
there.
jump scare.
When it just perfectly came out of the shadow, we're like, oh, it's
I'd
Pickle
like-
Dad actually.
And it said something. There was something about it was because it was speaking to Lily,
Right.
and it.
Being a good daughter or
Yeah,
something.
something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And like I knew it was coming like the split second before Pickle Dad appeared on the screen again.
Man, there was so many little of those things happening with the hallucinations or the manifestations, like the Uncle Sam one, and that was so good, and Pickle Dad being back, and the way that it looked, and they really went all out in this one to really put a lot of everyone's fucking losing their shit. Everyone's pretty much going off,
I do
They're all
like.
in it.
I
They're all
do-
in his domain.
Yeah, and I think that's part of kind of how we see it, affecting adults more, and these are adults. Well, not only adults that are intentionally in its domain to threaten it, but we've also had some kind of indication that it has seen Dick Halloran before. It knows that Dick is around and up to something, so it's perhaps even more agitated. And boy, yeah, it gets Dick with the shining box, with a box of shining trauma.
Whoa, that was some weird shit too. Yeah,
Scary grandpa.
Came as grandpa.
we really love to visit the tub a lot. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of this
A
tub
lot of
shit.
birthing analogies.
Yeah, and it always gives me Freddy vibes. That
There's a very famous Freddy tub scene.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Heather Langenkamp
Yeah.
getting dragged in the
Oh,
tub.
yeah.
man, one of my favorites. And it's just every time I see a tub, I can't help when people are having fear hallucinations or fear, dreams and shit, and they end up in a tub. I'm always like, what? This is so, so Nightmare on Elm Street. This is such Freddy shit happening. And it's happened several times now in this show where that's where Halloran appeared, in the bathroom, with what was
Something
that? His
happened to him
mother
at a that's his grandparents.
or his
He
grandparents?
has a lot
Okay,
of shit. He has a lot of shit involving his grandparents. Yeah.
but man, I guess the age-old question of that: what's in the box? Of that scene.
Yeah,
Like,
bad shit.
that got really eerie too. It was really weird, you know. I liked how it was an exchange between and him and his grandmother were having, or great grandmother, you said, right?
No, it is his
Oh, great
grandmother
grandpa-
and his grandfather. Those, yes.
Yeah, and they were exchanging thoughts mentally, or psychically.
Man, was
That
I
was
gonna
very
say
cool.
something else about the
Grandpa really had me uncomfortable. I out of all the scary shit in that whole episode and weird things, like the grandpa
when,
really
when
just.
Grandpa put one in Grandma's leg, holy shit.
Yeah. I was just like, I was more
And-
disturbed about him than anything. I was just like, oh man, Grandpa sucks.
Your grandpa sucks. That's for sure. You can. We kind of wonder. We're left wondering as an audience if this is just how it is corrupting this memory, or if he did see his grandfather shoot his grandmother in the bathroom, which he probably did. But also, like,
I think he did, yeah.
but sometimes we do get these trauma memories, and like I don't have an example, but you know, sometimes it will slip things in there, or you know, corrupt the memory. But I mean, pretty sure some nasty stuff happened to Dick Halloran in his grandparents' bathroom.
And would you say that the box was obviously like a real thing that maybe he did his grandfather?
See, I don't know. I don't. I kind of maybe. I kind of don't think his grandfather came into the bathroom holding a box, because especially because you know he breaks the lock off with like superhuman strength. Like that's an it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It knows something.
It
and the
knows
box is
something. It has seen Halloran.
So maybe it's a metaphor for
They-
for Halloran shining in a way.
It is.
The box
It-
is metaphorical.
In Doctor Sleep, there is a whole system of Halloran like putting ghosts and also like pieces of trauma into boxes. Remember we talked about the Mind Palace? So he's got all these boxes in the back of his Mind Palace. So this is, it seems like the memory of his grandfather pulling out a private memory and like showing it to him in a way that, you know, obviously is not possible, but it's fucking Dick up because it's his grandfather intruding on what he may not understand as a Mind Palace at this point. Does that...
Yeah.
Okay, that's the best. That's of course half of that is
That's
how I
not bad.
interpret.
That's a good explanation. Yeah.
That's how I interpret what I'm seeing. But I mean, that is from because I mean from what I know about Doctor Sleep and this character.
That was a very interesting scene. Yeah, there was a lot to unpack there in such a short moment. That it raised a lot of questions, but that definitely helps.
Yeah, and it helps if you.
I think it helps shape it. Yeah,
it helps if you have read all of these books, which is what I appreciate about this show. That it rewards me for having read all of these fucking books like over and over.
Amazing. So it's so good that they how much they've kept true to that they are rewarding you for that, and that they're not deviating too much. And we talk about this I think every time, but.
You guys remember that sweaty cop?
The sweaty cop. Oh yeah, the sweaty cop hanging out in the corridor, just smiling at Yeah.
Wait, did he have the teeth?
Yeah, I think the sweaty cop with the teeth.
Oh, that's the only. Yeah, I didn't want to remember.
Details.
I didn't. I honestly tried to erase that from my brain like right after that.
That was a
scene
good
because-
There's a lot of shit where like you're in Derry and you just see a weird sweaty guy that you don't like, and then you go around the corner and you look back and he's not there anymore. Like
very in the mouth of madness or something.
Like fuck yeah.
That's what it gave me. That's the vibe it gave me.
I was talking to Thrash about it in the Math of
Yeah, we
Madness
were talking about
yesterday.
that.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you
on
read
our.
Sutter Kane?
That is on our list of things to fucking view. Oh my god, you guys!
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys have both seen Begonia. I just watched it.
Oh, I love Begonia.
Wacky.
I thought it was really good. It's pretty fucking wacky.
Jesse
Yeah.
Plemons, man, is excellent in it. He's so good.
Jesse Plemons is excellent
Is that his
in a
name,
lot.
Jesse
Yeah, he's excellent in a lot of things.
He fucking ruled in that, though. I mean, I think, I thought that movie, and not to get off topic too much, but yeah,
Hey man, whatever.
I thought Emma, well, I mean, it's horror adjacent. Fuck it. I thought that Emma Stone was gonna be like the big star to carry the movie, but it's really him. It's really Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, I
like
think so.
Emma Stone's
Oh, yeah.
excellent in it too. She's really good, and I really loved that movie. I did not know what to expect. I went into that, and I feel like that's like the key to that movie too, is just not knowing anything really about it. Like all I had seen was like one short trailer on like the TV trailer, so it had to be like really it was really like limited. And I was like, I remember seeing it and looking at Beth and being like, that's a movie I'm gonna go see. Like, I gotta see that. That looks like my kind of shit. And it definitely goes
That's
into
wild.
it's wild. It really does. It's very intense, and yeah, weird sweaty things in that too. Lots
Oh
of
my god,
lots
I
of
think that might be part of why it came to mind. Talking about
it's a
sweaty.
very sweaty movie.
That was the sweatiest fucking film. Even like I described, I think Yorgos's films are generally pretty sweaty, but this one was dripping with sweat.
I was unsettled.
It's
I remember sitting in the
half
theater
of why
too,
it's
like,
uncomfortable. It felt hot.
slamming Twizzlers into my face and like
Oh,
feeling like I was in a sauna. Yeah, like I went to go see it in theaters. I feel like that might have been the last movie I actually went to go see in a theater. That was back in like last year October.
Man, the last
And
one
man-
I went to see was Rise of Skywalker.
Holy shit, that was a long time ago now.
I've been shut in.
I thought about going to see the new Mario movie, but I might wait. I don't know.
Star Fox is in it or some shit.
Yeah, I'm very excited
Oh
about that.
yeah, what was it? Donald Glover's playing Star Fox or
Oh,
something?
really? Oh,
I
No,
thought,
I think-
thought I heard something like that.
I didn't
I think
know.
Donald Glover is a different character, but somebody like notable was playing Star Fox. Like somebody who I don't know who it is, but I know it was a name that people were like, "Oh, cool." And who Donald Glover is somebody in it too, though. I just don't remember who. Is Donald Glover Yoshi? I think he's Yoshi.
Was Yoshi not in the last one? Does Yoshi have a voice?
Oh, Donald Glover was Yoshi. That's what I messed up.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the Star Fox voice
Glenn
actor.
Powell? Is
There
it
you
Glenn
go.
Powell?
I believe that's who
I'm
it
not
is.
super familiar with him. Was he the Running Man?
Glenn Powell. Yeah. Yes. But I didn't. Did you see that one? The
No,
new one?
I didn't see
I didn't
any
either.
of the. There were
what-
like
who was
3
it,
Stephen King movies came out this year that I didn't see.
That was
Like,
what's
and
his
I
face who
didn't
did
even
that
see
one
The
too?
Monkey. I haven't seen a lot of stuff.
Oh, dude, you gotta see The Monkey.
Edgar Wright. Of
Edgar
Scott,
Wright, yeah.
Scott Pilgrim. Shaun of the Dead.
What a weird. Yeah. I heard it was good. Like it was a very okay, like average, but maybe above average, slightly above average movie. Like it wasn't like
Okay.
amazing, but The Monkey, however,
Did you see The Monkey
that
Flash?
was.
The monkey? No. What's the monkey?
Voodoo.
Oh man, it's basically like I guess it's you could consider it an adaptation of the.
It was
the
a short
the
story, but
Monkey,
this should
yeah,
like
Monkey
a
Shines.
3-page story, like about like very brief story. So this is
Oh,
mostly.
yeah.
Osgood Perkins, James Bond. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oz Perkins, very good. Yeah,
Oz Perkins, yeah, good guy.
it's excellent, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he basically turned the short story and kind of did a little bit of his own thing with it, made it a little bit his own.
Alright.
Nothing too like, it's because like Dave said, the story is fucking like 3 pages, so like he kind of just made his own
Yeah, it's gotta be a
interpretation.
lot. Yeah.
and it's really cool about the the weird monkey that curses you.
It's like
the
a
fucking little monkey toy.
Creepy monkey thing. That
creepy
curses
monkey
you.
with a drum. Yeah. Oh,
This one he has a
tidbit.
drum.
You may have seen this monkey on the cover of a book in like a bookstore in your childhood, like a Walden book or whatever, But in the horror section, this monkey was on the cover of whatever the collection was. It was either Night Shift or the other one, but this monkey always had cymbals. In the short story, he has cymbals. In the movie, he plays a drum. Do either of you know why he had to play a drum in the movie?
I do not know why, but I am assuming there must have been some. Is there a copyright issue or something?
Yes.
Or
Disney owns.
Disney, of
Disney
course.
owns toy monkeys playing cymbals because of Toy Story.
Oh my!
I just thought of that. Oh my god, really?
I was gonna say it's some Nintendo shit.
You can't have a toy monkey playing the cymbals in a movie because Disney owns that shit.
What the fuck? Such an object. Disney owns
a monkey playing cymbals. Like
the object of a monkey playing cymbals. Nope, you can't do it.
Classic children's toy, and
That's crazy. So literally nothing. You can't do anything like media-wise and have a monkey playing cymbals, or they will come for you, Nintendo style.
Disney probably owns that weird little toy phone in Skinamarink.
Oh my god, that's such a weird thing. Like, I remember hearing about that too, because I remember seeing the movie and being like, oh, I remember on the artwork and the way it used to be in the story, he had cymbals. Yeah, and the drum's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. He
stops playing the drums and a bus full of cheerleaders or nuns or something gets run over or squashed.
Yeah,
there's a bus full of some type of innocent archetype person. In the monkey.
There's some really good kill scenes and stuff like that, and it's really good.
I've heard that. Osgood Perkins is fucking cool.
There's some really great stuff. It's a great movie. I think it's not even that long. I don't remember it being that long either. It's just like it's like a good hour and 40-minute. Just really, hits the ground running. Really great acting. Great. Yeah, I loved it. I was so surprised.
Yeah, I honestly have don't really. Well, one of the reasons I do this with you guys is because I won't Whoa, sorry, I had the hiccups. I usually won't sit and watch a movie or TV by myself, and I can't believe I haven't sat down and watched The Monkey yet. But I kind of don't pay attention to stuff if I'm by myself. But anyway, I should watch The Monkey. Maybe we'll watch it here someday. Just there was something else I said a minute ago. Well, we gotta watch In the Mouth of Madness probably at some point.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Dude, every year I watch In the Mouth of Madness in October. Every year. I mean, I guess that's the right time. That is a must watch. Yeah, I mean, usually in October I will watch it once a year, and I've been, like you were just saying, you don't watch a lot of things by yourself. I usually watch, what I consume TV show and movie-wise, usually very rarely movies at this point, but TV shows a lot of just reality slop. And now I'm kind of getting back into it. I think these sessions, hanging out and watching stuff again, has got me a little bit more back into starting to watch some stuff, because I watched 28 Years Later the other night.
The new one or the first one?
Yes.
The first part, of the new one.
So, not the most recent one. 28 years
the most
later,
recent one is
period.
Yeah,
this is 28 years later, period, not 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
The Bone Temple.
The Bone. So because they both came to Netflix, I said, all right, I'll pop this. I'm gonna. So I've been doing. Yeah, I've been getting back into the swing. I'm trying to get back in the swing of watching some things by myself too. It's especially if it's horror. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, there's a bunch of things that are on my list that I gotta.
But we should
with games
definitely
and movies,
watch. We could do Running Man too. I think that's on one of the ones that I have, or it might even be. I think it's on Paramount Plus.
I'm interested in screening some more stuff and doing some more stuff here, and maybe we'll hang
around.
A
Monkey, I would love
to talk about something. Yeah, you want You want to do the monkey? Maybe I should.
Yeah, we should definitely do that one.
Boy, I have a lot of lists of things I should put together, but maybe I should put together a horror movie list or something like that, and a unit of whatever is kind of on the brains of everyone. Because yeah, there's plenty. I obviously have plenty of little lists of things to play and also things to talk about. But so anyway, that's Sweaty Cop. We saw him when there was an assassination attempt happening of Hatchet Hank Grogan, a man, one of the children's fathers, came to shoot him with a pistol as they were loading him onto the bus to take him to Shawshank. We're like 10 minutes into the episode, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, do you remember this happening? It was one of the first things that happened. Someone tried to shoot Hank Grogan.
I'm just thinking, like, wow, we talked about so much of the episode, but I guess we've been jumping around. So, like, yeah, we're you saying like this is only about 10 minutes in the episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how much shit happened? There's so much shit that happened in this episode. It's
well, I mean, this is it. I mean, I'm
spinning.
really, these are just, yeah, I mean, these are the first half of the episode. I would say there's maybe 5 or 6 more little scenes that were just a certain little lore drop or a little piece of info, but then, yeah, which, I mean, I guess we get the follow up to this is that, well, we don't know what the bus is attacked by something. Grogan escapes and meets up with Mrs. Kirsch, who he's having an affair with.
Right. Oh, we find out that now too. Big reveal.
Yeah, and like I'm trying to figure out who, like, it has to be more than, you know, she's having an affair with him, that it's such a big secret. Like, who is the husband exactly? Like, do we know what he does?
We know something about him. He might be the pharmacist, but I'm not positive. But we also, when Leroy's wife, I don't remember her first name.
Charlotte.
Charlotte? Okay, so when Charlotte Hanlon, she wants to defend Hank Grogan, she goes to the police in the last episode. She wants to talk to him, and she's talking about getting, you know, some kind of, you know, legal defense going for him. And when she gets to talk to him, she's like, he like tells her that he says something like it's because he was going to see a white woman. He didn't want either he thought he would be in more trouble if they found out that he was sleeping with a white man's wife. You know, it was that sort of thing is why he didn't want to tell anyone. Yeah, so it is either both out of fear of Mr. Kirsch or the fact that he'll be in more trouble because he's...
Well, it was more like, what if and again, like, I'll have to double check if he's the pharmacist or what exactly he
Kirsch,
does.
Yeah.
But I figured that there was like I don't know, maybe he's a grand wizard or something like that. It turns out, or something worse. You never know.
It could be, because we certainly get one moment of him, and he seems like a shitty guy in this episode.
Yeah. Oh God, he's telling Mrs. Kirsch to, you know, make my steak right this time, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
just the
grody guy.
Clearly drunk, looming presence, and that you see standing in the darkness in the next room, which is also just like, yeah, the underlying just like constant themes of abuse, and like especially familial abuse, child abuse, and the kind of like not even being safe in your home. Even this may have been even earlier in my notes, but like, and it's not really Maddie, but we know that Maddie's home life was bad. Dead Maddie says like, I'd rather go back into the sewers than get sent back home to my dad. Like, there is, and this is part of why I talk about how this is just about everything and everything that no one talks about. And just because it's like literally about so often adults just turning their back when they see things happening. And this is just that, like that scene with Mr. Kirsch, it's just putting it so on the table. Like, we all know this when we see it. Like, it's just all these people that have to live with the shadow of shitty people.
there's so much just like trauma,
Yeah.
passed down and down, like from a generation to a generation, especially in Derry.
Generational, yeah. Yeah.
And something, and also something about putting something in the water that's making people act aggressively.
It sheds,
Like-
is what he said.
Uh,
Yeah, they're all, everyone
to the
is,
water system.
most of the adults are a part of it. Maybe that's why Leroy Hamlin is
guess.
special, because he's not a part of it, and he can still have these, see that something is wrong when he sees these hallucinations.
It feels a lot at times, whether one or the, was inspired by the other. But we brought this up too in recent conversations about this show. But Silent Hill it almost feels the abuse and the trauma being
Tons of shit, and especially in that fucking in Silent Hill 2, I guess, that fucking movie we watched.
yeah.
I mean,
Abstract Daddy,
Uncomfortable Daddy.
Abstract Daddy.
Abstract Daddy could absolutely be in this show. Like,
Yeah, that's what this
Oh
gives
my
me vibes
God.
of, a lot of vibes of just
Uncomfortable
that same
Daddy.
idea. It's so fucked. It's so fucked. There was another one too. I think I mentioned in there. I don't remember which one it was in the movie, but I remember Abstract Daddy being the one that I was very happy that came up.
there was a lot of stuff that we were happy to see.
Yeah, but it just kind of gives me that that same idea vibe of just all these people, their not just their fears but their trauma being used against them as a weapon, and it's just past. It just keeps going. It never ends. It's like a never-ending cycle.
It's this Evangelion and Twin Peaks, I swear to God, are just about cycles of generational trauma.
And they're unavoidable.
And
There's nothing you
karma
can do.
that you can never, and everything we have done or will do, we are going to do over and over and over again. Get ready to watch Evangelion again, boys.
And when it's used by when it's used or when it is used, it's used by people for the worse. It's people who are doing bad things with it, knowing what they're doing.
You don't think
Knowing
Francis
that
Shaw
they're-
is gonna have admirable uses when he captures Pennywise?
I don't think so at all.
Come on.
In fact, I think that maybe when he finally gets his wish, it's gonna turn on him.
Yeah, he's
It's gonna
fucked.
be his
This is
fucking worst day. Yeah, this is just leading up to Shaw's final fucking confrontation with with what he's been chasing, and he's gonna get what he wanted.
Whether it's eight or 9 episodes, I think it's 8. But yeah, the final episode of this season is going to be Francis Shaw's death. I'm quite sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but it really seems like it's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna get what he wants, and it's gonna be the fucking
Pretty
deadlights.
glorious.
Yeah.
It starts and ends with him. Yeah,
So
that's what it definitely feels like.
So 6 children take 3 Valiums each.
My
Oh.
fucking God, those stupid fucking kids.
And wander into the sewers, high as a bunch of little kites.
Oh,
Good.
man, they were oofed.
I particularly enjoyed this scene. This is
that was
really
fun.
cool.
This
I
was
loved
great. I
it.
loved it. I like seeing a bunch of high assholes.
And then and then they end up getting scared by Pennywise regardless. So 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 much for the mommy's little helper. You're just stoned, getting chased by a billion-year-old fucking alien monster thingy that's gonna fucking
Alien cloud demon.
torture you. Alien
well,
cloud
holy
demon that's
fuck.
gonna torture you for the rest of your life.
I mean, Lily goes, "My mom takes 3 of these." I'm like, "Wow, mom's hanging out every day."
Mom's hanging out. Yeah, Mom knows how to party.
Holy shit! Mom's taking 3. Yeah, it's no big deal. My mom takes 3. I'm like, oh no, not for the kids. Like maybe a half of one for each of them, or something. But when they showed the scene of them all plucking them out, it did show everyone. It was really fast. It moved, and so I was like, did Maddie eat 1 or 3? Did Maddie eat any? I don't think.
Well,
he
I don't think
did.
it doesn't. It ultimately doesn't matter because I don't think Valium Valium doesn't work on Pennywise anyway. The Pennywise reveal was great. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Bill Skarsgård is awesome.
Top tier. It took 5 episodes to get here, and that's the big reveal. Yeah, I mean, fuck whatever with what's his face and his affair, but yeah, the big reveal being Pennywise tonight.
It was really cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, like
There
I
was
mean,
go ahead.
played you for so long that
the Maddie Long Con.
The Maddie Long Con was pretty good. I was there for that.
Yeah.
And then that like have him just spin around a handful of times, and all of a sudden he just begins to like morph and
done well.
That was very well done CGI.
Whatever he was saying was cool.
Yes, yes.
That little rhyme that he was doing about the clown.
I love it when people get weird and start doing repetitive little rhymes, and you know that like shit's hitting the fan. I love that. I love that bit.
It was such a showcase. Like, the way that shot too of that tunnel being like that perfect like tunnel sewer shot, and just square down looking at him like it was his pedestal, of him arriving, and lots of anticipation, and that was a big payoff. That was a fucking highlight of that entire episode for sure. Even though the episode was really good, it wasn't just like hey, there's a bunch of things. Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, a bunch of shit happened and it doesn't matter, and we're gonna the big moment is gonna be Pennywise and we're gonna do it at the end. No, they did it towards the end, but man, did they give us a lot of time with it.
We saw a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, and did Pickle Dad happen in that moment? When
it was when
once
Lily
they were
was
separated.
Yeah, when Lily got put into a corner.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it was. I'm thinking they're very close to each other. Was when he revealed, but he looks so good. Like all the transition CG and stuff into the practical is really well done for a TV show. I mean, they've been doing this really well. It was amazing to watch that whole like transition into him, and then I wonder how much of it is practical. Like there was this scene where we're getting to now. And I kind of guess we'll carry from here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, where do you want to talk about next?
Well, just when Lily faces him.
Oh, the Pickle Dad. And the crystal.
Yeah, because that was like like pretty much like right after that, right?
Everyone gets split up at this point. So this is where I lost track of Daniel. This is where I lost track of the crystal. Which again, this could be just another crystal. If they're on the borders, but everyone scatters because everyone down here, I guess, is at his mercy, and all of their Valium or fear reducing brain injuries don't seem to help them not get totally fucked up, especially Dick. But the crystal does work. The one thing that does work is that glowing crystal. He hates it. That's what
He really does.
That's what we've learned here, yeah.
With the drugs, yeah. No matter what, I wanted to mention back to it when they were talking. It was so funny because they had them talking slowly.
Yeah,
like when they were talking, the kids were talking to each other.
One-eyed Margie is holding the little kid's hand. Is that Rich? Is that the smallest one? Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's Rich or Nick, one or the other. But that's
Empanada
cute.
Rich.
Empanada Rich.
Empanada Rich.
Hey, look, they're an item now, maybe. Maybe they're a little something. So that was cute.
And so technically we got 5 losers now because Maddie was Pennywise the whole time.
We were tricked. And I knew something was weird when he wasn't I mentioned that. I was like, why isn't he
isn't he on drugs? Yeah. That's right.
What's going on here?
I think we all each individually asked, did we see Maddie take some of that Valium?
Yeah, it all came up when he started saying things when he was like, hey, this way, guys. And he seemed like the only one who was stable, and the rest of them were like, wow, I feel so well,
Pennywise ass.
Like, yeah, I was like, wait, something's not right here. Maddie's not fucked up. And I was making I was coping. I'm like, oh, he's just so fucked up that he needed the Valium. He needed it, you know. He's got so much fucking trauma
if he was the real baddie, he's been fucking through it all.
Yes, poor kid needs fucking a few Valiums at this point. He's probably
Jesus.
normal feeling now, but turns out it was it. Maddie was it, and that was cool. I like that twist. That was well done. A lot of these little twists they do really well.
Yeah, so many little scenes and nice little touches.
It's so well pieced together, man. Like I'm waiting for one thing to come up for me to be like, oh, that, you know, sucks or something, you know, or like they fucked that, and it's just like, no, we did this, we got it. Hang on, buddy, we got this, you know. That was so cool, and yeah, so I mean, we got to see that moment where he really busted out. And you get they give a good face shot of that crazy.
He freezes when he's in the big teeth form, the form of the big
teeth. As I'm complaining about teeth earlier in the episode and how much I hate teeth things, and here we are with a big old
shark
Pennywise
teeth things.
What do you? Yeah, is there
fucking
some
multi-plant shark mouth? I
shark
don't know.
mouth. Is there some term for the shark teeth? Is it just like layered rows of teeth? I don't know why I think there's a shark term for shark teeth.
I need to go back and look at that.
But yeah, tons of teeth, and he freezes in his tracks because he's hit. I sort of feel like Taniel may have lost the crystal, but if he did, it was a quick scene.
I must have missed that too, but
they really wanted to give us Taniel amnesia or something. I feel like we all don't know what happened.
Yeah, the cat was trying to climb on me or something at that time.
I don't know. I mean, I was definitely paying attention, and I might have been glancing at my phone, but like I was pretty locked in. Like I don't. It was chaotic. That's for sure. It was a chaotic moment throughout that whole, the whole.
Yeah. There was a big. All of the soldiers are frightened and running away. All of the children are running in different directions. One of the kids' dads pointed a rifle at the child, pulled the trigger, and then Pauly D jumped in front of the bullet, and all the children saw it, and then ran in different directions through the sewers on Valium.
I really think that they intended us to not know whether or not Taniel
or what was going on.
Yeah, where he fucking is now, and did he drop the crystal, or does he still have it, and is this just another pillar? I think it was intentional.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where they are, and we do know that they're down there because the house on Neibolt Street supposedly, and in fact, we're not even sure if what Rose gives Taniel is one of the 13 pillars, or if it's just a piece of the shell, right? Like that might just be a piece of the special material, maybe. Yeah, I could be wrong.
And well, that's
I thought it was a pillar.
Oh, you think it? Okay. I mean, it could. I could
potentially because that is where it stopped.
Right.
So that might have been one of the pillars
that likely
they had tried hidden, but who knows?
She had that in a safe.
Yeah, I feel like I guess they just didn't specifically like say, this is one of the things, and I was wondering because they were all buried. I don't know.
Is it possible there's more than 13 pillars?
Sure.
Like Rose had an extra one in her.
Or she has one of the 13 because it was handed down to her for some reason.
That's true.
There we also saw in one of the very brief scenes that I guess I just completely went past, we saw a council of the local Native Americans talking about how, at least, some knowledge and some kind of responsibility is passed down. They're having like a ceremony for like the next keepers of whom Taniel is a part of. And so maybe they do have one of the pillars that they do pass down through this council. It just, I guess it was not made clear to me anyway. It might, all of this might be there. I recall seeing them burying the pillars by placing them inside of tortoise shells and burying them in the ground.
That's true.
But who knows?
Yeah.
One of them, they might have buried 12, and one of them might stay with, the leader of the resistance or whatever.
I think it's one of the greatest points of the show is that it continues every
The
episode.
lore
We
is
continue to
soft.
have
Yeah.
more
And we continue to
questions,
get more, yeah.
but they're not telling us everything, but they're giving us just enough to ask the questions to get the answers in the next episode or two. Like we keep getting a little bit more answers, but we are like, oh, that we noticed that, but like, what did that? What's that about? Like, how did nothing too crazy or out there, but like it all fits within the narrative, and it's been carrying itself really well. And I like when we get television that continues to make us think about the scenario, and even if you do know some of the like source material, you don't know all the answers still.
Right. That's
Obviously, this
awesome.
being that you're getting new answers and new things happening, and it's motivating. It's very motivating and encouraging to watch this show because every time I walk away from an episode, we've got so many questions, even though we've saw so much. We're still like, hey, what happened here? What's going on? And it's these little things that they put in that they placed, I think, intentionally for us to, be led along and find and get these answers that they're, excited to show us in the future episodes. So that's been excellent. I love that.
So the end
The breadcrumbs.
So Operation Find Pennywise was a flop, and Hatchet Hank Grogan is having an affair with Mrs. Kirsch, and Halloran hasn't reported back because he's wandering around in the woods with dead Pauly D. And that's where we're at. Episode 529, Neibolt Street. Cool.
What a jam.
Yeah, what did you?
I think one question I was thinking about, because going back to the Pennywise moment when he's in front of Lily and the crystal she finds this stone or
glowing crystal that repels Pennywise.
I'm curious because like that they really put a really good focus and shot on him, and that's like a really good, like they give you a good look at it.
Yeah,
of that, all the teeth. I'm wondering how much was that, any of that practical? Was that real? Because it felt fucking real, me.
It could have been. I feel like they very well, because I also feel like maybe not like that specific. Like if that was a physical, like model. Yeah. I'm not saying we've seen that specific thing before, but like we've seen him do that face before, and I feel like probably someone did have to like, sculpt it even as like a proof of concept. It's very possible. I mean, that really also could have been like a slow pan of a 3D model and, a 3D CG. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it could have.
I was just so impressed.
Yeah, it looked good.
I was so fucking impressed. I was like, that looks excellent. Like, I don't see I don't know. Like I said, I want to go back and look at it again because I'm a big fan of practical effects in horror. I feel like it's coming back in ways, or it has come back several times in ways, and then it gets washed out again by CG and all kinds of things. And this show has been doing a really good a job, I think, of mixing the two. Or maybe the CG is that good that it's tricking me, and I'm blown away because usually I can spot it a mile away. I'm like, oh, it's, that's CG, this and that. And, sometimes it takes you out of the immersion. I wonder how, and also, how the actors also act in front of something practical instead of something just a figment of their imagination. I don't know, it's always impressing me, and I know these movies have had some really good like practical artist work, or the movies for the It movies had some really good practical effects and artists work on them and stuff like that, especially the gore effects and stuff. So yeah, I was just curious if they're like using that, because that moment was really fucking cool. And I really also appreciated his exit in that moment, where he faded back slowly, and then you saw his eyes, the red eyes, glowing back into the darkness and fading away, like swaying like away. I was just like, ooh, yeah, that's the kind of shit I love when they capture that stuff that you feel like would come straight out of the book. That's how it would be described in a book,
I don't know anything about how this was. I don't know anything about how this was made, but I would guess that a fair amount of this is practical. I could be really wrong because there's a lot of CG, but I feel like I feel like it is still pretty obvious when like they have to use CG, like flying demon baby or pickle dad in pieces sliding together. You know?
Exactly.
It's like that's so
Like,
obviously CG that I feel like a fair amount of this is probably practical.
that's what I mean, because I could tell when they showed Pickle Dad that moment. I was like, okay, it's
that's
CG. That's
CG,
very, very
right. Yeah, exactly.
very,
yeah, it
very good.
seems-
But when they were showing Pennywise and all his mouth and the eyes threading,
A lot of that is definitely Bill Skarsgård in a very elaborate costume. A lot of the Pennywise stuff is obviously, him.
oh yeah, well even him when he was just without any of the big mouth open stuff, it's just he looks so fucking good. It was just such a good reveal. Like I got goosebumps. I was like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps now. I was thinking about that moment again, and I was like, oh, it's about time. And he sells it. He sells it so fucking well. He's just it's so scary that he's that good at being that guy. It's terrifying. But I always love practical effects, so I'm always like curious about how much. And like I said, that one scene where he's standing in front of her with his mouth open and all that shit about to eat her. I'm like, this looks almost real. Maybe I'm just in the moment, but I was like, man, if that's real, like that is fucking sweet. Like whoever made that, it's fucking hats off.
Yeah. So yeah. And anything else, Thrash?
What? I'm very intrigued to see what happened to Daniel for one.
Yeah.
Because he kind of disappeared a bit, and or at least I didn't happen to catch if there was like where he went, let alone where he apparently dropped the.
Or if he did, or what the.
Or if he dropped the sacred thing.
We really didn't. Yeah, we're really not quite sure exactly.
Yeah, so I'm very intrigued to figure out that in the next episode for sure.
Well, I do see here that, according to the old Google,
What's the Google say?
the Google says that it is heavily using practical
Cool.
effects and references,
Love it.
prosthetics, birthing rig for
Birthing rig.
there was a birthing rig.
All that birthing happening on set.
That was
I bet
definitely
there were
practical.
multiple
Yeah.
birthing rigs. I bet they've had to have a couple birthing rigs on this fucking show.
What a show to have having to require multiple birthing rigs. And then there were contortionists and rigs. Many of Pennywise's surreal movements and shapes were achieved by using stunt performers, contortionists, and physical rigs rather than pure CGI. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that was a actual. I'd love to see that in person. That model that they made, whatever that rig is that they made of him there in that scene with him and Lily, because that shit ruled.
Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about that all night, and it's probably not going to be great.
That's not what you want, really.
That and the teeth. And Bucktooth sweaty cop.
Yeah, he definitely had the Pennywise buck teeth, that cop. That was one of my favorite moments of this episode. I love seeing a scary, sweaty guy around the corner that disappears.
And again, in the Mouth of Madness, there's the cop.
Yep.
You want some too, buddy?
Yeah, that's right. That's what he says. Yeah.
He's a sweaty cop, looking all crusty and deranged. You want some too, buddy?
You know the guy that sits at the bar in the Mouth of Madness? That's like I think he says like, first they came for the children. You know that big guy?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what else that actor is very famous, or who else that actor is very famous for portraying? You're gonna lose your mind.
Wasn't he Vigo the Carpathian?
Yes, he was Vigo the Carpathian. Yes. Vigo the Carpathian is in the Mouth of Madness.
It's so good.
Awesome.
Weird Townsman, yeah.
So
Weird
good.
Townsman just shows up, and you're like, I remember watching it years and years and years, later, and being like, holy shit, that's Vigo the Carpathian, isn't it?
He sure
and
is.
Like, I remember sitting with somebody who was laughing at me, recognizing that. I was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, God. And now every time I see that scene, I can't help but think it. You know, I'm just like, Vigo the Carpathian. I mentioned him recently too. I don't know what it was we were talking about, but
Oh my god, who else is in that movie? It really blow my mind. What young actor is in The Mouth of Madness? Really knock my socks off.
Oh no, I'm trying to think here.
Do you want me to tell you what the character is? Or do you know, or is it like on the tip of your tongue?
No, but if you wanted to,
the kid?
You're not talking about the kid who comes up and he sees you?
No. It's the child
he sees your kid. Okay.
It's the child that's on a bicycle and he's trying to leave Hobbs End, and every time he leaves, he ends up on, riding back into town.
You got this one. I do not know who that is.
You know that is Hayden Christensen.
I know who you're talking about. He has the card. The card on the
cards on the spokes. Yeah. Did you hear? Did you hear who I said? Did you hear who I said it was?
Yeah, Hayden Christensen, fucking Anakin.
That's Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker.
I did not know that.
The trivia question is gonna be, what 1990s movie starred Anakin Skywalker and Vigo the Carpathian?
I wonder what happens when there's the second part of that scene when they're coming back, and it's the weird
old man.
Yeah, and it's an old man. I'm like, did they put him in makeup and do that, or is that just another weird? Because it's definitely not an actual old man. It's somebody in makeup for sure.
They probably put Hayden in makeup. Yeah, they probably made him
That'd
into an
so
old man.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to get to John Carpenter and just ask him a bunch of 100 questions about that movie.
He would probably like
go nuts.
He would probably like to talk to you about video games. It sounds like.
He would. I'm interested in his new video game. He has a video game.
Yes, he made a video game.
He has a new video. It just came out. The Toxic Commanders or the Toxic
Commandos.
Like that?
Commandos. Is that Toxic Commandos?
Yeah. Yes. Toxic
I don't know.
Commandos,
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it other than it's the job done. Other than also that the word is that John Carpenter plays video games all day. That's about.
Yeah, he doesn't like to do anything but play video games anymore.
Good for him.
That's like he loves telling people about that and to fuck off.
Yeah.
when they're like John Carpenter, you should be doing things like making movies and shit. And he's like, yeah, no, fuck you. I'm gonna play video games all day, and that's how I'm gonna do it.
And
it's so cool.
Commandos.
I heard it's good. I heard it's a really good 80s action zombie Left 4 Dead type thing. I haven't played it, but yeah, it's a co-op, a co-op first-person shooter along the likes of a Left 4 Dead, but it's very much the 80s action horror, like a John Carpenter movie. It's supposed to be good. It's awesome. I was not thinking it would be very much, but apparently it is a lot of fun.
I'll check it out. I'll see if it's a.
I'm hoping that's a Game Pass.
List. If it comes to Game Pass, I will 100% check it out. Yeah, so someday soon we'll play Far Cry 5, and also the next time you and I talk, Buddha will talk about what's good. Is what's coming up next. Good. Let me say thank you to both of you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, bud.
Pleasure, always a pleasure. It's always fun, and this show is. It's more fun to watch it. I think I'm having more fun watching it with you guys than I would have myself.
No, that's exactly.
Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely.
That's why we're doing this. Yeah,
in the kitchen, singing to the fries. Snail eyes blink
tons of stuff that I wouldn't actually watch unless you guys were here. We were doing this. So so thanks. Awesome to be here.
Salute. Thanks for everyone out there if you're listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Y'all have a good one. Catch you around sometime this coming week.
Yeah, I will.
Good to see you, Thrash.
I will talk to you really soon, Thrash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peace,
Have a good one, man. Have a good one.